Hi, I'm Kate Freeman, and this is the Daily Dollop. Episode of the Daily Dollop, we're going to be talking about how to build a balanced meal when you're busy, what to do if you feel like you have a stuff it attitude at the end of the day, and I'm going to give you 5 easy weeknight dinner ideas that will still meet your nutritional needs but not leave you spending hours in the kitchen. Hello everyone, welcome back to the show today. This is the Daily Dollop. My name's Kate Freeman. I'm a registered nutritionist and the founder of the Healthy Eating Hub. And the Healthy Eating Hub is an online program that aims to teach you how to eat well for the rest of your life by building habits one at a time. And it's been going for close to 8 years now. And so today's fun fact is that the Healthy Eating Hub exists because I was bored one day. Full on true story. I absolutely, though, love what I do and am really passionate about helping people remove their food stress and eat well long term. But I had a baby 12 years ago today, actually. Became a mother, and she was an excellent baby, such a good baby. I was super duper blessed. She slept all the time, hardly made a peep, and I was really bored at home with this baby. So I tried to find a few things to do, and I delivered pamphlets and I did paid online surveys, which probably means that 1 million people have stolen my identity, and eventually settled on starting a healthy eating blog and started writing about healthy eating and making realistic and sustainable food choices and getting rid of the woo. And here we are. It's now grown into 2 private practices in Canberra called the Healthy Eating Clinic. We've got a team of 7, and as well with the Healthy Habit Building program over at the Healthy Eating Hub. So there you go. You never know what can come out of boredom. I tell my kids all the time, boredom is good for you. When they're like, I'm bored, I'm like, great, so good for your brain to be bored. Excellent. On with today's show, we're talking weeknight meals. You know what? As a mum of 2 kids and a husband, like let's just throw him into the mix there. Plus working full time, running my own business, and extracurricular activities with the kids, and life is full and busy. And so one of the key challenges that we find is that we are time poor. And in fact, when they were redoing the Australian Dietary Guidelines back in 2013, I think it was, they were looking at surveying the Australian population, and there are 3 key barriers to healthy eating in Australians. And one is that they're time poor. The other 2 is that there's a perceived high cost of healthy food, so we think it's too expensive to eat healthy. And the third one is that we lack skill in the kitchen, so just basic food prep skills. And I'm really passionate about helping people build skills, because at the end of the day, nutrition information isn't actually enough to be healthy. You've got to be able to put that information into practice. And that means being able to shop for food and plan food and chop it and cook it and prep it and flavor it, store it correctly. So there are a bunch of skills that people need to learn in order to feed themselves well. And one of those skills is being able to throw together a balanced meal that's easy, that tastes good, it doesn't cost too much, take too much time to prepare, and everyone in your family will eat it. And families these days are dealing with, a range of different food preferences, and you've got your fussy 2-year-old or your fussy granddad, or you've got teenagers or kids, and it can be a real challenge to throw together a meal at the end of the day, particularly if you are cooking multiple meals for different people, or you're managing allergies or food intolerances. It's full on. It's super full on. And so what I want to talk about in today's episode is just keeping healthy eating really, really simple. The woo of the wellness industry has made healthy eating so unattainable. It's like they produce these gorgeous looking meals full of superfoods that are colorful and pretty. I can't tell you how many breakfast recipes I've seen on Instagram that have those edible flowers in them. Do you know how much those edible flowers cost? A lot. They are so expensive. And who puts flowers on their breakfast? Nobody does. It's just this whole idea that we have to live this perfect life, like we're just farting rainbows or something. I don't know. It frustrates me. And I think sometimes this woo perpetuated by the wellness industry means that for those of us who don't feel like we're part of that industry, then we might feel like we're not pretty enough or thin enough or fit enough or something. It's just like, oh, what's the point of trying to be healthy? Because I'm not like them. But the truth is, you don't have to be like them. And I'd argue whether what they're doing is healthy anyway. Healthy eating has two key principles that you will hear me rant and rave about all the time. But we want to eat according to our body's energy needs. So we need the right amount of energy for us. It's not too much, not too little, the right amount of energy. And that varies depending on your goals and each individual. And then we also want nutrients. So we want to be getting in a wide variety of different foods from different food groups to ensure that we're meeting our vitamin and mineral needs, our protein needs, fiber needs, etc. And that is what healthy eating is. And that can be quite simple in practice. So what I want to point you towards is a resource over on the Healthy Eating Hub's website called the Convenience Meal Guide. We're going to chuck the link to that in the show notes, but it contains 47 what we call supermarket meals. So my team and I have discovered a problem that sometimes our clients rock up to work, or even we do, and we forgot our lunch. But if there's a supermarket nearby, what 4 or 5 ingredients could we run in and buy and throw together a meal? What if you're on your way home from work, you've been working late, it's 6:30, 7 p.m., you haven't got dinner planned? What 4 ingredients could you run into the supermarket and buy and then throw together a quick healthy meal? That's what the Convenience Guide will do for you. Go and download it. It's free. It's amazing. But what is the foundation of a lot of the meals in the Convenience Guide is a model that we use as part of our signature program called the plate model. So I'm going to talk you through really quickly the key elements of the plate model and then give you 5 really easy weeknight dinner ideas. So the first thing with the plate model is that we're looking at answering the question of what should we be eating? And so the plate model is broken into different compartments of what types of foods you want to be putting on your plate. Draw a line down the middle of your plate, cut it in half. Half of your plate or your meal needs to be what we call non-starchy vegetables. So your starchy vegetables are potato, sweet potato, and corn. So they're going to go on another part of your plate, but every other veggie, broccoli, carrots, beans, capsicum, cucumber, lettuce, etc., that goes on that non-starchy. So half of your meal needs to be that veg volume. Low energy, high nutrition, amazing tip for those of us in Western culture looking at maximizing our nutrient density. Then on the other half of your plate is where we're going to get our foods that contain a bit more energy. So we're going to do foods that have a high carbohydrate component. So that's where our starchy veg would go. Maybe some potato, a grainy bread roll, some pasta, some rice. We just want to aim around the quarter of a plate size with those carbohydrate-rich foods. Then we move into our protein-rich foods, which is the other quarter of your plate. So tofu or fish or red meat, chicken, etc., eggs, yogurt, that's going on that portion of the plate. And then lastly, we just want to add a small amount of a fat-rich food. Fats are an important part of a healthy diet as well, help us absorb nutrients that are fat soluble. But for me, fats are so much more than nutrition. Fats are flavor and mouthfeel and enjoyment. I friggin' love condiments. Let's just take a moment to really just think about how great condiments are. Aioli, basil pesto, hummus, chili sauce, There are just so many good condiments. Sriracha. Oh, so good. So your fat-based ones, I really love those condiments. Just they can be a nice, we want to put a small amount on our meal to add flavor and enjoyment, add those fats in. So let's go through, and if you've got a pen and paper handy, or you re-listen to this episode later when you've got that handy, I'm literally going to plan out your next 5 dinners. So what we're going to do first is we're going to pick 5 really easy carbohydrate-rich foods. They are going to be a potato. So we're just going to get a medium-sized potato with the skin on. That's Monday. Tuesday is going to be a grainy bread roll. Then we've got pasta, rice, and 4 bean mix straight out of the can. All of those things really easy. We're going to bake the potato in the oven. The grainy bread roll is ready to go. We're just going to slice that in half and toast it. Pasta and rice, cook that according to their packet directions. Although you can buy instant rice now, but there's a new brand on the market I saw, Veta Pasta, do instant high fiber pasta. It's all already cooked, just chuck it in the microwave for half a minute or something. Amazing. Expensive way to buy rice and pasta. Much cheaper if you buy it raw and cook it yourself, but handy if you're busy. And then we've got 4 bean mix straight out of the can. Our proteins include chicken tenders, some salmon fillets. If salmon's too far out of your budget, you can swap that for some white bassa or snapper fillets, a little bit cheaper. We're going to go halloumi, some beef mince, and some tofu. So we've got a nice mixture of some plant-based and animal-based proteins there. And then lastly, we've got the veg component. So some easy veg are a basic salad mix. So your bag of leafy mix, some a tomato sliced, cucumber sliced, some grated carrot. We can do buy a pre-cut coleslaw from the supermarket, a really great way to get in a good variety of veg. We've got some stir-fry veggies like broccolini, capsicum, carrots, snow peas, or you could buy a pre-cut stir-fry veg packet from the supermarket. And with those ingredients that I just read out, we can make 5 amazing meals. You ready for them? Dinner 1 is chicken tenders with a baked potato, coleslaw, and aioli. You can coat those chicken tenders in some like Moroccan seasoning or some Cajun seasoning, whack them on the barbecue or grill, bake the potato in the oven. The coleslaw's already chopped and ready to go. Maybe top it with your favorite coleslaw dressing, some aioli. Boom, dinner done. Dinner number 2 is a hamburger. So we've got a grainy bread roll, and it's a vegetarian one. So we're going to pop some halloumi, grilled halloumi slices in there, and then just whack in as much veg and salad into that burger as we can. Leafy mix, grated carrot, sliced tomato, cucumber, whack it in there. Seriously though, line your toasted bread roll with basil pesto and then build that bad boy up. So good. Really, really yummy. Night number 3, we've got salmon, 4 bean mix, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use up the leftover salad and coleslaw that you might have from dinner the first 2 nights. I often find if I buy pre-mixed coleslaws, they go quite far. There's a lot of serves in those bags. And because they're pre-mixed, they go off really quickly. So I want to use them up. And 4 bean mix, I literally have to drain and rinse that. The veg is ready to go. I'm just going to cook up the salmon. Over at the Healthy Eating Hub, we have this salmon 4 ways post. We'll chuck the link to that in the show notes. 4 different ways you can flavor and cook salmon or any other fish for that matter. Really, really easy meal. Dinner number 4 is we're going to use some beef mince and pasta. And surprise, surprise, we're going to make spaghetti bolognese. Did you know there's really cool research in Australia that shows that at dinner time, if you were to knock on any door in Australia around dinner time, you would have a 1 in 5 chance of that family eating spaghetti bolognese for dinner. Pretty cool. So chuck in heaps of veggies, zucchini, carrot, capsicum, mushrooms, chop them all finely, chuck it in the sauce. Remember, you want to serve yourself up pasta about a quarter of the size of a dinner plate and then fill up on that veggie-rich sauce. Last dinner, number 5, is a tofu and vegetable stir fry with your rice. Flavor it with some oyster sauce and soy sauce. If you've got some minced garlic and ginger, whack that into the pan. Delicious. Make some leftovers for lunch the next day. And as you can see, as you're starting to build skill in the kitchen, weeknight meals can be easy. A little bit of forethought, a little bit of prep, utilizing those supermarket options are a really great way to put a healthy meal on the table that ticks all of the nutritional boxes. So my job is to teach people how to eat well for the rest of their life. And I do that by helping them practically apply good nutrition education in their life. So if you'd like to find out more about how my signature program can help you, head on over to our website. There's actually a discount code so you can try, and also a link to a 7-day trial. Have a look, check it out. We exist to help people remove food stress from their life and eat well long term. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next episode.